On an early Monday morning in the town of Saki, Kalapo woke up at 5 a.m. to travel to Ibadan for his education clearance. He made his way to the bus park, where he joined other passengers heading to Ibadan. Around 7 a.m., the bus was full, and they began the journey. Shortly after they set off, the driver asked someone to lead a prayer, and Kalapo volunteered. Not long into the trip, they arrived at a police checkpoint. The officer asked all passengers to step down for a search, so Kalapo stayed in his seat while others were checked one by one. One of the passengers was a young man dressed casually. A police officer called him aside.
Where is it?
Sir, I don't understand.
Are you playing games? Where is it?
He shouted.
I don't understand you, sir.
Some of the passengers who had already been checked gathered with the driver nearby.
Take it easy on him. He looks innocent.
Innocent? If you knew what I was asking for, you'd be questioning him too.
The officer then called for a colleague and said,
We need to arrest this young man.
The second officer arrived, asking,
What's going on?
The first officer replied,
He's not cooperating. We need to take him in.
Young man, it's best if you cooperate now.
I'm sorry, sir. Here it is.
He reached under the driver's seat and pulled out a small black wrap package. The driver stared, speechless.
Here it is.
He said, handing it to the officer.
Put it down and open it.
Please, don't make me open it.
I said open it.
Trembling, the young man carefully unwrapped the package, revealing a charm made by a local herbalist for a wealth ritual. One of the officers gasped.
Jesus.
The other passengers, along with Kalapo and the officers, rushed over, shocked by what they saw.
Don't tell me I've been sitting on this.
He exclaimed.
Now you understand.
You're heartless. How could you hide this in my bus without telling me?
The driver was visibly shaken, muttering.
How much of my glory and destiny have I lost?
The passengers laughed, but the driver, visibly upset, said,
You don't understand. Thank God for his power, or this man would have used my glory and destiny.
A hush fell over the crowd. The officers decided to let the young man go after he paid them a bribe of 50,000 naira. As the situation calmed, the driver asked the passengers to identify their luggage. He was reluctant to let the young man continue the journey, but after some pleading from the other passengers, he allowed it. While this was happening, another officer noticed a well-dressed man with dreadlocks.
Where's your phone?
Here, sir.
He said, showing a small mobile phone.
Don't tell me this is your only phone. Where's your smartphone?
I don't have a smartphone, sir.
In that case, you can't continue on this journey.
The passengers were surprised by this exchange, and an elderly woman on the bus called out.
Young man, it's better to cooperate so you don't get delayed and end up in trouble.
The man glanced at a young woman nearby.
Please, give me my phone.
The young woman handed him a smartphone, and everyone was taken aback. The elderly woman asked,
Are you two related? How did his phone end up with you?
The young woman explained.
He gave it to me when we boarded, asking me to hold it so he wouldn't get into trouble.
The elderly woman nodded in surprise, asking no more questions. As everyone finally returned to their seats, the driver was about to start the engine when an officer asked him to wait and requested that Kalapo step down. The other passengers were puzzled, thinking Kalapo didn't look like a troublemaker. But the officer insisted, saying they hadn't searched him yet. Kalapo stepped out with his backpack, which the officer began to inspect. He found a laptop and immediately assumed Kalapo was into shady dealings.
Can't you see? He's a fraudster too.
He sneered, but Kalapo burst out laughing.
Keep laughing. You'll cry when you're in prison.
The officers continued searching and found a tablet and 2 additional smartphones, making the passengers suspicious of Kalapo. Yet Kalapo continued to laugh. Finally, they found 5 CDs in his bag. They examined the covers and realized they were music albums Kalapo had released.
No wonder he's laughing. We're sorry, sir, for taking up your time.
No problem. You're just doing your job.
Man of God, won't you bless us with something?
Kalapo reorganized his bag, then handed one of his album discs to the officer. Disappointed, the officer expected money instead of a disc. But another officer accepted it and found a surprise inside, a 2,000 naira note. He quickly ran after the bus, which was now leaving, hoping for more. But the bus had already moved on. What did you learn from this story? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss the next one.